Mallorca Cycling Center Academy, Wojciech Beran's School of Cycling. Training blog, developing speed, strength, and dynamics. In today's Mallorca Cycling Center Academy, we're going to show you how to improve another element of your physical performance, explosive strength and speed. It might first seem that speed is not so important in cycling, but it's not right to think that only the sprinters need speed to cross the finish line first. Without realizing it, you need speed every time you accelerate leaving a corner, when you need to react to a change of speed in a group, when riding over an obstacle or a technical section, and of course for the final sprint to the finish line. Working on your speed abilities is a long-term procedure. Developing your speed is considered to be one of the most complicated parts of your training. When training speed, you need the knowledge of various conditions, methods, exercise, principles, and precautions, and stick to them in the first place. When thinking of speed, there are often various doubts whether it is even possible to train speed, as such a complex ability is only hereditary. However, speed is a factor you can definitely work on. It's true that age plays the most significant role when training strength. The best results can be usually achieved between the age of 18 and 21. However, even at a later age, we can work on our speed skills and still see some serious progress. In order to improve your speed abilities, the main parameter for improving speed, as an adult and more advanced age, is working on short explosive speed. It's important to work on your speed skills throughout the whole year. It is a part of the anaerobic training, when we go full gas at high energy expenditure. The most important source of energy here are carbohydrates, as they are the main source of energy in an intensive ride. This kind of training also requires being well recovered. You use such energy as a fuel in short intervals to develop the maximum possible speed. The faster or stronger you pedal, the more energy the muscles will burn. When the load is intensive, your muscles produce some metabolic waste, for example, milk acid, which is presented by the pain you feel in your legs. You can get partly used to it by regular training. Such an unpleasant feeling will be postponed, and you eventually feel better even during an intensive ride. You get to the area around your maximum heart rate. Its value refers to the maximum intensity your body is able to reach and stay in for a very short time. It is an individual value which is more influenced by age than by training. The intentional training of speed should already start in the winter months. Specific training of speed will mainly focus on the direct development of speed, in which you get engaged in a lot of intensive and fast riding. In order to develop your speed, your body needs to be fully recovered and your mind well motivated to reach your maximum limits. Focus especially on intensity, which must be followed by a relaxed, compensatory ride. When you train speed, the profile should be flat. The interval section should enable you to reach your maximum speed. Ideally, you need an asphalt road with even a slight decline and no traffic. You always ride in a backwind. You should warm up properly before you start working directly on speed. The sprint sections should not exceed hundreds of meters and a duration of 15 to 20 seconds with maximal power. Focus on reaching your maximal speed and maximal intensity. If you have a chance to train together with another rider, it will give you a chance to sprint and compete together and get even more motivated. It is very important to pay attention to getting enough rest, and in case you feel you have already run out of energy, it is better to end the intervals even though you haven't done the full training according to the plan. The last tip is about the monitored intensity. The speed intervals are relatively short, and the heart rate reaches the peak at the end of each interval. For that reason, you should produce maximum energy and ride at the highest speed possible. In case your heart rate doesn't come down after a few intervals, it is a signal that you've had enough, and it's better to end the training early. On the other hand, if your heart rate figures fall quickly, it's proof that your body reacts well and you can shorten your rest and make the training even more intensive. In this way, you get the most out of your training. How to develop speed at a later age. The complex development of strength and speed abilities is topped up by the maximal explosive power. Mainly older athletes should focus on improving this specific area as they can improve their speed, but only strength. Such explosive strength is your absolute strength, which comes to work when you accelerate. The most effective way for training your explosive strength is to include 5 to 10 fast, 200-meter long sprints into your training. You can also train it by climbing with a higher gear at maximum speed. Starting off with a hard gear is another possibility to improve your speed. This should be done with the maximum effort and no concern about your heart rate, as your heart rate really comes up shortly after the intensive interval just as you get over your anaerobic threshold. Remember that good speed skills can come in handy anywhere and any time. Therefore, don't underestimate its importance and keep working on it regularly. Focus especially on developing your speed at a young age. When older, you can only work on explosive strength. If you're able to react quickly to a change of pace, nobody will ride away from you, and you will always cross the finish line first. Now you have become complex, high-performance riders, but even this is not enough. In our next episode of Mallorca Cycling Center Academy, we will show you how to improve your riding technique. You have been guided through this episode by our professional trainer, Wojciech Beran, MA. Would you like to make the most of your cycling? Do not hesitate and join our team in Mallorca. Mallorca Cycling Center, the international bicycle rental of BMC and Colnego bikes. International training cycling camps for all age and performance groups. Experienced and certified trainers, guides, mechanics, physiotherapists, and masseurs. Do you want to train in Mallorca? Then come with MallorcaCyclingCenter.com. Join us and make the most of your cycling in Mallorca. Bookings on MallorcaCyclingCenter.com.